I want to suck your lines that could appear in a vampire horror movie or as a message on Sniffy's Tinder if you're straight. Vampires are the original queer horror archetypes. Hello my demons and welcome back to DeVo's Terror-Bytes, your weekly bite-sized dose of horror content here on Gayming TV. Today we're opening the coffin door on the gayest and oldest archetype in horror, vampires. This topic alone could span hours of discussion and analysis, but let me know in the comments what you think and who your favorite vampire is. I bet you they're queer. Before slasher villains with a penchant for one-liners, misunderstood queer mama's boys, and gay guys claiming that Monstro Elizasu is mother, there was the vampire. And from the very beginning, vampires weren't just monsters. They were queer. Let's go back to the first vampire in pop culture. When Bram Stoker's Dracula was published in 1897, homosexuality and queerness were absolutely forbidden topics and identities. So our first queer icon was coded between the lines. Men touching men, desire framed as contagion. There are even historians that theorize that Dracula was written as a direct response to the trials of Oscar Wilde, in addition to the widely accepted interpretation of Stoker as a closeted homosexual. Look, I'm not here to out the diva, but given his exploration of homoeroticism, predatory masculinity, and forbidden desire through Dracula, I think it's safe to say that he and Henry Irving were, more than just friends.
They were roommates.
Back to the point though. Beyond Dracula, vampires have become synonymous with desire. They seduce, they linger, they cross boundaries that society tells us are unnatural, and they're fabulous. Of course, not every gay guy who picks up the eyeliner pencil is secretly Liberace. But take a look at any popular adaptation of the vampire archetype and you'll see a direct response against heteronormative sex and sensuality. Even the horniest straight vampires are a little gay, at least. Twilight, True Blood, Daughters of Darkness, The Hunger, What We Do in the Shadows, Nosferatu, the list goes on and on until we get to Interview with a Vampire, which isn't even subtext, they're just gay.
I've trained you.
And it's iconic. Over time, vampires stopped being coded and started being canon. They stepped out of the shadows and into the light. No longer monsters hiding in shame, but immortal beings that thrive outside the rules of society, and are always a little bisexual at least. So even though most vampires have to be turned into a blood-sucking creature of the night, they've always been queer. And as long as queer people are seen as the other, the vampire will remain our most enduring mirror, even if a vampire can't see their reflection. Whatever. Vampires are queer! Send this to someone who loves horror or who you suspect might be a fang-banging bloodsucker, and check out gaymingmag.com/TV for more Gaming TV content.